Okay, so this is with percussion. I don't know if you can hear this because I'm just playing on my workbench, but if just listen if you can hear it. Might be hard to hear. Those two sticks have two different pitches. So a pitch tendency on a drum. First of all, you can tune just about anything on the drum. Start with the top head and go around the lugs. And this goes on timpani, they could go on bass drum, marching drums, concert snare drum, any of those. So start with the lugs first. And then what you're supposed to do when you're tuning the drum is go in a star pattern. So start with one, go the opposite of that one, go the opposite of that one until you're going all the way around. And what you can do is just go around and gently tap next to each lug and make sure it's the same. If you're using a tuner, it's tuned to the pitch letter A. So that's how to tune a snare drum. Now, when you're picking out sticks, I know that I've never taught this to you, I don't think, but every stick has its own pitch because they're all machine made, so they're close, but none of them is perfect. So here's the trick. What you do, this is going to look weird and sound weird to you. You take the stick, you put it next to your ear, and you tap the stick. And what you're listening for are differences in the pitch. And normally what you do is you take those pair of sticks and throw them out because they're no good if you really want the drum to sound the same. So in order to compensate from that, because you don't want to buy a whole case of sticks and have to go through each one to match the pitch. You want to get the best you can. You want to get the closest you can. By the way, this one is higher than this one. So this one has less wood in it, and this one has more. So in order to compensate for that, some things that you can do and some tricks you can do are first not only to tune the drum, but then to dampen the drum. So a lot of times for guys, if you have a wallet, take out a wallet and put it on the head of the drum. Some of you have discovered those little gel things that you can put on your drums, and a lot of people use those for drum sets. Those are great. So dampening the drum. The last and final thing you want to do for pitch tendency on a snare drum is to tune the bottom head. You got to be really careful when you're doing this because the bottom head is the thinnest. So the more you tighten the drum on the bottom, the more likely it is to break or to split the head. So you got to be really, really careful. Just quarter turns at a time. Follow the star pattern first, and then just go around the circle of the drum one lug at a time so that you can fine tune the drum. So that's kind of the way to do on the drum. Check the head of the drum first, tune it to the letter A, then check your sticks, make sure they match. You're going to look weird because you're going to do this. You're going to listen to the sticks to see if they're matched. Make sure you start with a good quality stick first so that you're closer to matched pitch when you do that, because a bad pair of sticks is going to be way out of whack. And after a while, the better you get at it, the more it's going to be annoying to you because you're going to hear the difference in the pitch of the sticks. So when the sticks hit the head of the drum, you're going to hear a difference. So if you're really out of whack and you don't have a lot of choices in the matter, the best thing to do is check the stick height of on the drum. Make sure that you're hitting it the correct stick height. And a good trick, or a good coaching trick, is to keep it closer to the head of the drum. That way you don't get a lot of the ringing that you're going to get, that you would get if you had your sticks up high and playing louder. So just some tricks for percussion and some pitch tendencies of when it goes. I'm just going to quickly mention for keyboard instruments, and then we'll talk about stringed instruments in the next video. But for a xylophone, for the bells, you just got to go with it. They are a fixed pitched instrument, so you're not gonna do anything to the bars. You know, you're not gonna file them down because they're make them shorter or longer. It just is what it is. So you just have to be careful and mindful of those. If they're out of tune, then there's not much you can do about it, but have whoever's playing with you maybe kind of tuned to you. So if you're playing in a small ensemble, then that's what you need to do. I'm going to quickly mention in this video, I don't know how many of you will catch it, but when I was playing in a saxophone quartet, I was constantly changing pitch with my mouth because it was so hard to match the other people. And what that does is that really teaches you how firm the corners you're going to need to have. But that's for another video and for another day. But so for percussion people, those are your pitch tendencies, and hope you caught some of that, and maybe you can go around and look weird now and tap sticks and see if you can get a good pair of matching sticks.